Hi, today we're going to show you how to program and configure an ACOPOS 6D system with the new LaunchPad tool.
We innovate, we elevate, we are automate.
Yeah, I will show you.
Yes.
So we have
What can we do here?
Our web-based tool,
Okay.
which is actually used to configure a system and actually create your first recipe with actually movements of shuttles. And this is how we do it. So you can actually choose your segment size. You can add segments, remove segments like this. Very practical, just graphical. And then after making the layout, you'd add stations, branches,
And
gates.
the station is where you need to do something.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is working together with what we call traffic manager, which is managing the flow of shuttles from process station to process station.
Yeah.
That's all generated from this tool, and then afterwards a programmer can actually do the in-station small programs, which are typically single shuttle operations
Yeah,
or
yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 in a group. But that's the whole concept. And actually the whole traffic is the most difficult part.
Yeah,
To do
yeah,
some
I could
process code is
imagine.
easy,
Yeah.
but actually managing there's no collisions and the shuttles are really going into the correct station depending on maybe a vision result or a measurement.
Yeah.
That's the complex part.
Yes,
And that's
taking
what
a
we're all-
decision.
Exactly, and that's what we're all managing from Traffic Manager, and this tool helps to evaluate different solutions very quickly in simulation mode, but also in the end create the Traffic Manager code that runs in Automation Studio. So if we design the layout, we can add stations. So there's this case, a simple example, we have 4 stations in a like a round running configuration. We can also add branches, so we can say, could say from station 1 there's a branch and we have one shuttle going to station 2, another one going to station 3.
Yeah. Okay,
then
you
come
see it
back
like
again.
more like a process flow over here in this window.
Yeah, and there's 2 ways to program. You can actually draw arrows, like here in the screen, like this, or you can actually add
Okay. Yeah.
stations in the graph chart. Then you decide how many shuttles I want to see. So you say, okay, in this case I will run 4 shuttles, and then I can run an animation. So it calculates the throughput.
Okay, that's it. You
Typical.
just added the segments and some shuttles and then play.
Yeah, exactly. Hit play. Then it shows in an animation how the shuttles would move,
Yeah.
based on the configuration, based on the standstill time in each station, and gives you a system throughput. And it's always the case that customers who design a concept say we need to have so many products per minute.
It's
right?
always the design spec.
That's always
Yeah,
the design spec. And in this case, you can also see that we have some overspace, so you could actually make the system smaller. This would be a true application.
So a cool thing is it's really easy. You could just take one of the stations and move it a few centimeters and press play again, and then you see the new result immediately.
So if I drag a station around, look at the connection, you see the arrows are still there. And then when I run animate, it gives a new path, which is the most logical path to have that station working. I can also, for example, add a station somewhere and take the station in the loop. It would immediately take it in process. Yeah, and the nice thing is once you have your configuration and your recipe ready that is the most optimal, you can actually export the whole configuration and all the settings in a file that you import later in Automation Studio, from which you really control in the same way the actual physical system. And you're happy with it, then you actually export, give it a name, export, and then you create a file that's a binary file, a readable file. This one, demo, that's the one I created, and that's the one you then import in Automation Studio.
From what I see, this is a bit of a eureka moment in automation software. Typically, automation software is pretty complicated. You need training and it has a steep learning curve. I would say this tool has no learning curve at all. It's just open and play with it immediately.
And that's mainly because it's pure graphical. So there's no code involved, there's no writing involved. With a mouse, you can actually design
Whatever you want.
whatever you want. So if you find this interesting and you cannot wait to try it yourself, please reach out to us wherever you are in the world, and we will give you a free trial license to play with the LaunchPad.